I live in Costa Rica with my boyfriend and his family, and the other day I was telling them about spending summers with my grandma, and I realized that they'd never tried a chicken pot pie before. So I asked my grandma to send me her recipe so I could make them a batch. I started by making the puff pastry, which you don't have to make from scratch, but it's definitely worth the try. And I used my machete to cut the butter into the flour, which honestly worked perfectly. Then I separated my chicken from the skin and the bones, and I saved these scraps to make a delicious homemade chicken broth for chicken noodle soup or any other soup. It's so good. Then I chopped up my vegetables, and I used carrot, celery, and onion for this chicken pot pie recipe, but you can honestly use any vegetables that you have on hand. The onion had me bawling my eyes out, so I had to go take a little break. Then I came back and I got started on sauteing my vegetables until they became tender. Then I made a roux with flour and butter until that got thick, and then I added coconut cream because I couldn't find any heavy cream in the store. I added frozen peas as well. Then I got started on rolling out my dough. I like to make little individual chicken pot pies because I feel like the crust to filling ratio is just superior when they're individual, and it reminds me of Marie Callender's chicken pot pie, which was like coursing through my veins as a child. So that's exactly what I did, and then I popped those into the oven for about 40 minutes until they got golden brown, and these turned out so good. They honestly exceeded my expectations by far, and Pablo loved it, so did the whole family. What should I make next?